all you Mac people that are interested in speeding up your systems and getting some more performance out of maybe an old system or so on, I wanted to throw out a suggestion to you. Solid state hard drives. Now, hear me out. Solid state hard drives have come a long way. And after reading some articles on these, I noticed a person who had an older MacBook Pro, I believe it was 15 or 17 inch. They went in, replaced their hard drive with a solid state drive, and it really improved their performance. I mean, like they were talking about, it went from, say, boot up time of 2 to 3 minutes to like under a under a minute or within several seconds. So it made a bit of a difference. Now, when you go and do this, I'm certainly not an expert on this, but when you go and do this, you want to look on the site you go to, and one of those sites would be otherworldcomputing.com, I believe it is. Let me look. I'm going to type it in here and look. There we go. All right. They will be able to tell you what upgrades you can do for your Mac. They're pretty good about it, and they can tell you that, and they can also tell you what SSD or solid state drive, which is just like, let me see if I've got one floating around here, which is like this. These little data traveler sticks, but they make them larger, and like, I'm trying to think, like the size of your hard drive. As far as I know, they go up to 512 gigabytes. So they're getting larger and larger. Now, if you say some of the older MacBook Pros, you just started out and you only had about 120 gig or say 250 gig hard drive, which was usual for back in the day. What most experts say, that OS X tends to take up maybe about 40 gigs on your hard drive. So say you went out and spent about 300, maybe 400, between 300 and 400 on an SSD that, say, it went around 250 gigs, 250 gigabytes. You could, in some cases, improve your capacity on what you had. So, I mean, it may be something that you may want to look at. The other thing people are doing with especially the 15 and 17 inch MacBook Pros and the older models are getting rid of the drives altogether, the optical drives, and they're going and opting to put in an additional drive, or taking their former hard drive and putting it in there in the place where the optical drive was, for extra storage, because now that pretty much you can get any movie from iTunes in like high def and get it directly from off the web. So the thing I'm looking at, why would I need an optical drive? If you're not needing an optical drive, you already have the MacBook Pro. So look at this. There's an option right there for you that you can use, that expand your capacity in your MacBook, lose the optical drive if you don't need the optical drive, and I believe they have enclosures that you could actually put the optical drive in, or you can look at keeping your optical drive and taking your hard drive that you had and using it for backups of all your information of your solid state drive, or using it to plug in for, like, say you have do a bunch of videos in that, you could move those videos onto that drive off of the solid state drive, and then you're not carrying those around with you. Or, like I said, you got the enclosure, so you can put it into your USB port on the side, and you're ready to go, with your videos. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up and throw the idea out there to you if it's an option. Now, if you're brave enough to do this, and some of you may be brave enough to do this, um, if you have an iMac and you feel comfortable with cracking open that iMac, uh, like I said, there's videos on there that can on the web that show you. I think it's from iFixit, that show you how to actually get in there and replace the hard drive on your iMac, like the aluminum backed ones, and I believe even the polycarbonate ones. But the aluminum ones would make much more sense for your hard drive upgrade, because they're newer, usually have the newer Intel chips, and it would actually probably make a big increase in how fast your applications open and so on. So look at that, think about it. Like I said, if you really got the money, and say your iMac's out of warranty, I know my wife's iMac is out of warranty, you may look at popping the top on that sucker and putting an SSD drive in it. Even if you've got a 500 gigabyte drive, and you don't want to go up to, say, 512 gigabytes of solid state drive, because last I looked, it's running like almost between $700 and $800 for a 512 gigabyte drive currently, and the prices are going down as they go. But you might look at going and doing that, and going to a 256, which would provide you plenty of space, and then use that other drive as, and put that drive in an enclosure, and you'd have that for backup or to move all your media to. And now, with something I didn't think about until a second ago, with the use of these Roku players, most of these media players now have a little plug-in on the side, and if you've got media on there, you can plug that hard drive in there, and if it's just a USB plug-in where it's powered by USB, then certainly that Roku player, you'd have your streaming player in there in, say, your bedroom. Like, I believe we've got one in the bedroom. You can plug that in and put your old DVD collection on that drive, and then it takes up less space, because don't have all these DVDs out there, or Blu-rays or whatever, and it's right on your drive, and you can play it on if you have a Roku. That's another thing to do with your old hard drive that you had in your iMac. But like I said, for the adventurous, you go in there and open up your iMac and put a solid state drive in there, max out the RAM, and give it a shot. But anyways, that's all for now, and this is John Mule with John Mule Tech Talk, and I'll catch y'all later. Bye.